Why do so many countries hate the U.S.? Here are the top 10 countries with the largest percentage of people surveyed by Gallup Institute saying, dislike, the U.S., introduced by 24/7 Wall Street. In 10th place is Slovenia. More than half of Slovenians who participated in a survey conducted by the American Gallup Institute in 2014 as part of the U.S. Global Leadership Project said they do not support U.S. leadership. Although Slovenia is a member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, and the European Union, EU, the former Yugoslavia, part of what is now Slovenia, formerly had close diplomatic relations with the Soviet Union. So many Slovenians have not forgotten the East-West tension during the Cold War. Ranked 9th is Tajikistan. Out of 135 countries surveyed by Gallup, Tajikistan ranked 9th in the level of hate the U.S. The country's disapproval rate for U.S. leadership has increased from 39% in 2013 to 54% in 2014. Meanwhile, up to 93% of Tajiks surveyed support the leadership of Russia. The country is one of the poorest ex-Soviet countries, with a weak economy, rampant corruption, lack of electricity. 8th place is Austria. The percentage of Austrians surveyed who don't support the U.S. rose 9 percentage points from 2013 to 55% in 2014. U.S. officials have long criticized Austria for continuing to trade with Iran and North Korea. Disliking the U.S., Austria is also one of the 10 least supportive of Chinese leadership, with 70% of Austrians surveyed saying they oppose Chinese leadership. What sets Austria apart from many of the other countries on this list is that it is neither a former Soviet Union nor a Muslim country. 7th place is Egypt. Both the United States and Egypt are members of the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, the World Bank, WB, and the World Trade Organization, WTO. The two countries have also been trading partners for many years, not to mention Egypt is a key U.S. ally in the war on terror. However, 58% of Egyptians, the most populous Muslim world, were asked to disapprove of U.S. leadership. The U.S. relationship with the newly elected president of Egypt, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, is still not smooth sailing. 6th is Iran. Relations between the U.S. and Iran have not been friendly for many years. In 1953, the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, helped overthrow the then Prime Minister of Iran, Mohammad Mossadegh, to prevent the country from supporting the Soviet Union. In 1979, Iranian revolutionaries occupied the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding 66 Americans hostage for 444 days. More recently, the United States and its Western allies imposed harsh sanctions on Iran to prevent it from developing nuclear weapons. 5th place is Pakistan. According to the U.S. State Department, Pakistan received more than $4 billion in civilian aid from the U.S. between 2009 and 2013, in addition to about $13 billion in military aid from the country over the past 13 years. However, it is the U.S. presence in Pakistan that is the problem. The U.S. focused on operations in Pakistan after the 9/11 terrorist attacks and continues to maintain a strong presence in the country to fight terrorism. Osama bin Laden was previously hiding in Pakistan, and the operation to kill him may be the reason many Pakistanis dislike the United States. In 4th place is Lebanon. In 2013, 71% of Lebanese surveyed said they opposed U.S. leadership. In 2014, this percentage decreased slightly to 66%. As a country with 54% of the population Muslim and 41% Catholic, a majority of people opposed the leadership of both the U.S., Europe and Germany in a 2014 survey. Going forward, U.S. support in Lebanon may decline as some U.S. congressmen are questioning the continued funding of U.S.-funded initiatives in the country. Since fiscal 2012, the U.S. Congress has set conditions on annual aid to Lebanon. The third is Belarus. As in some other former Soviet countries, many Belarusians still hold a grudge against the United States since the Cold War. In addition, the U.S. support for Ukraine after Russia annexed Crimea may reinforce this ideology. Meanwhile, Belarusians remain friendly with Russia, with about 46% of those surveyed saying they support Russia's leadership, up from 46% in 2013. In second place is Palestine. The percentage of 72% of Palestinians surveyed in 2014 saying they hate the U.S. was down from 80% in 2013. The U.S. government has announced support for a two-state solution to the Palestinian-Israeli crisis. However, Palestinians still believe that the U.S. fully supports Israel despite Israel's continued occupation of Palestinian territory. First place is none other than Russia. No other country hates the U.S. as strongly as Russia, with 82% of Russians surveyed saying they oppose U.S. leadership. This rate is also the highest rate of hate the U.S. in Russia in the history of the Gallup poll. Influences from the Cold War, the U.S. war in Iraq, the Russia-Georgia conflict, and most recently the crisis in Ukraine are thought to be the reasons why Russians dislike the U.S. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe and follow our channel to see more great and latest videos.